what's up YouTube? There's a question that someone has been asking, and the question is, how do you earn trust? And I think the impetus for asking this question is this person probably wants to know how they can earn the trust so that they can continue to grow in their career and move up the corporate ladder. So I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys this post and give you guys my personal thoughts on it. So the title says, how do you earn trust? It's expected that you make several mistakes when you are early in your career. And that's true, everybody makes mistakes. How do you earn trust with these mistakes? Everyone is growing, including the people who will have an impact on your career trajectory, which is also very true, even if they don't have all the answers. How do you earn trust without going into their blocker zone and get better opportunities? And that is given by a guy named Soothspear. So Soothspear, thanks for your question. Yes, and it's true. I think the bottom line is that everyone who is growing on their career makes mistakes. Everyone fumbles the ball in the beginning, and there's going to be a lot of times in your career where you're going to be making a lot of mistakes. Now, the important part here and how you actually develop trust is to acknowledge and own up to that. You know, oftentimes when people make mistakes and they defer that and say, oh, this person made me do it, or this person did it instead. And if you try to deflect responsibility, if you try to deflect ownership, and you don't take accountability for the things that you've messed up on, that's where you actually lose trust and you lose credibility. But if you actually own up to it and say, I acknowledge this, here's what I did, and here's what I'll do to rectify that. And you don't have to do that in front of public, in front of everybody, but when you have conversations with your manager or the person that you hurt or the person's trust that you lost, and you have these sort of very personal, authentic, genuine conversations, I think that's where you can slowly start to repair that trust and get to a point where it's like, man, these two people are super tight and they work very well together, and this person will go to bat for this other person. I've seen that happen many times, and I've seen many occasions where people will burn the bridge because they do the very opposite. And oftentimes you can actually completely burn the bridge where there is no trust. And because, like I said, the tech community can be pretty small, that you might run into each other at some point. And people talk and they might say, so-and-so, you know, we had this experience or this project years ago, and so-and-so did this and they made this mistake and they didn't own up to it, and here's what happened. That could oftentimes torpedo your opportunities. And that might actually be a red flag. If you have a golden opportunity sitting in front of you and you're the right candidate, it might just go up in flames. Oftentimes, if you work in the product space and things go wrong from a technical standpoint, or let's say developers are building a feature and it causes a major customer issue, SEV1 or a P0 outage or something like that. Here at Amazon, we have what's called a COE, correction of errors. And a correction of errors doc is usually like 1 or 2 pages. It's very simple. Basically, it just summarizes the root cause of what went wrong and how we plan to rectify it. And I think if you are applying this COE framework for your own personal career, and when you have issues or mistakes that happen, and you take that framework of, okay, here was the root cause, here's why it happened, and here's how we can avoid this from happening again. I think that's also a great way for you to repair those relationships and build that trust with people so that they can say, oh, you know, Paul is someone who isn't perfect. No one is, but they own up to their mistakes, and here's what they're going to do to help mitigate that from happening in the future. I think that's really the thing that people look for when they're looking to work with people or to give their endorsements or their recommendations. They typically look for those signals. And is this a person that I would go into the trenches and work days and nights and evenings to deliver something really cool for our customers? Or are they someone where, like, I would prefer not working with this person. I would recommend not bringing this person on because of X, Y, and Z. You never want to be in that position. So it's really simple, guys. You build trust by building credibility, by owning up to your mistakes, taking accountability, and learning from it and growing from it. And it's really that simple. It's not rocket science. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on this topic. If there's other bits of advice that you would give, or if you have other ideas on how to build trust, drop them in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.